what is going on, everybody? It's the Tommaso here for NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 preview and predictions. We have 5 matches to go over and a lot to talk about. We do also have the Aleister Black situation to wonder and ponder about, with the fact that we do not know still who attacked Aleister Black or who is going to be the assailant of Aleister Black. I mentioned last night on our NXT Takeover Go Home Show review that I hope this doesn't turn into a Hideo Itami situation where we had Hideo Itami attacked in the parking lot before an NXT Takeover. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Respect. I believe it was Respect. But Hideo Itami was attacked in the parking lot, and conveniently Kevin Owens was walking by, and he's like, "Oh, that's a shame." Unfortunately, with the fact that Kevin Owens moved up to the main roster not too long after that show, they never really got to follow up with Hideo Itami. I hope Aleister Black is going to actually be still in NXT to be able to get a conclusion to this and who attacked him. I don't want it to be one of those things like with Drew McIntyre, who tore his bicep and was done with NXT and was never seen again. This is definitely something that is going to be worth looking forward to if they continue it. It could be just one of those things that it's like he got attacked. They kept it going last night, and then we get to TakeOver. We have TakeOver, we get to the Aftermath, then we get to the tapings, which will be the next night, on next Thursday, but they don't mention it ever again, because that will be a telling sign, though. If we get to the next set of tapings and there is no mention of the attack on Aleister Black whatsoever, then that tells you that WWE is, like, Aleister Black, it tells you two things. One, Aleister Black is coming up to the main roster imminently, and two, that this entire attack angle will go absolutely nowhere. Same thing with Hideo Itami, and I hope that does not happen. I hate when storylines get dropped just for the heck of it. They could have changed things up with the Hideo Itami thing and could have had somebody else be the assailant, but they decided not to do it. I think it was supposed to be Kevin Owens, but Hideo Itami was out for over a year, I believe. He was close to a year, and they just dropped it. This is, of course, a lot less serious of an injury. Aleister Black should be back. If not at the next set of tapings, the tapings after that. It was a terrible thing for Aleister Black to be out for that set of time, especially since he was going to play an intricate role in TakeOver this Saturday, because he was in the main event for his rematch for the NXT Championship. And the fact that he got injured, I honestly thought with the championship match being a triple threat, Aleister Black was going to want to take the pinfall, but it was going to be Tommaso Ciampa winning. He was going to win. Tommaso Ciampa was going to win by pinning Aleister Black while Johnny Gargano watches in horror. The fact that he could not stop Tommaso Ciampa from winning the title match. But with that being scrapped and it now being a last man standing match, WWE has a lot that they can do for this. We'll talk about that later. First, we want to start off with the Velveteen Dream and EC3. On June, this entire match right here came from the June 26th UK Championship tournament, night 1, I believe. I believe it was night 1. It could have been night 2. I think it was night 2 actually, or was it night 1? Whichever one. No, yeah, it was night 1. I'm pretty sure. Moustache. Let's see. Velveteen Dream and EC3 teamed up and were defeated by Aleister Black and Ricochet after Dream left the ring during a match on the August 1st edition of NXT. A match between the two was scheduled to take over Brooklyn. So the match was going great. You had EC3 and Velveteen Dream working on all cylinders against Aleister Black and Ricochet. Velveteen Dream seemed to have tweaked his knee. He tags in EC3. EC3 goes ham and does what he has to do. And then he's getting beat down in the match. He goes to tag in the Velveteen Dream, and the Velveteen Dream just walks away. EC3 takes his eyes off of Aleister Black and is yelling at the Dream to get back here. He turns around, eats a black mass, and that was the end of that. And these two have been trading barbs back and forth. They had a summons last week with EC3 and going to the Velveteen Dream's place to, talk things over. Last night they had a talk and Barton's traded Barbs in the ring. So this match is a coin flip, really. Do you have the Velveteen Dream lose three takeovers in a row, really? Because he did not win the ladder match in New Orleans. He lost to Ricochet, and now he faces EC3. Do you have EC3 lose his second ever takeover because he did not win the ladder match? He was not at Chicago on the Chicago pay-per-view, on the Chicago show. And now he's here, and this one's definitely a toss-up because I could not, you could go either way, but who are you pushing more? Are you going to be pushing EC3, or are you going to be pushing the Velveteen Dream? Because if Ricochet wins the North American, if this match goes on after the North American Championship match, I honestly think, this match, I think, leads into what happens with the North American Championship match. Because if Adam Cole wins, EC3 probably wins this match. If Ricochet wins, Velveteen Dream wins this match. For the simple fact is, the winner of this match, I believe, will become the number one contender to the North American Championship for probably not the next takeover because that's in November. That's months and months away. But for the simple fact that I can see Ricochet versus the Velveteen Dream 2 happening at War Games. Or I could see EC3 playing the babyface against an Adam Cole and going on to Takeover War Games to face Adam Cole. So this match, I believe, in the North American Championship match could be intertwined with each other. Depending on what the order of the matches are, this match or the North American Championship match will probably decide who wins this match, in my opinion. It feels like that's what we can go with, but I'm going to go with Velveteen Dream with this one because he has more of the momentum. EC3 is in the wrong place at the wrong time, in my opinion. His time is not now. I imagine he'll be at War Games. I imagine he could probably be in the War Games match itself and win and be part of the winning team over there. I have no idea, but I think this is going to go to the Velveteen Dream because Ricochet is going to beat Adam Cole for the North American Championship. Adam Cole is not going to be the North American Champion forever. He's not going to be the North American Champion forever. On July 25th episode of NXT, Ricochet confronted Cole after his match with Sean Malula, which that was a pretty good short match. Ricochet then challenged Cole to a match at Takeover Brooklyn for the North American Championship, but Cole refused. The following week, a match between the two was set for TakeOver, and then last week you had Adam Cole, Ricochet was supposed to wrestle a match. Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era blindsided Ricochet and took him out before his match, and Adam Cole said, I'm going to mangle you at TakeOver, and I will still be the one and only North American Champion. I think Adam Cole has held the North American Championship well and has held it enough. It's time to give it another shot because I believe Adam Cole is going to be in the championship hunt, and or the Undisputed Era is going to be part of the War Games match this time around as well, and you really don't want to have all the championships in the War Games match. So I honestly think we're going to get Ricochet winning, Velveteen Dream winning. Those two are going to be your next feud for the North American Championship. Will Ricochet become a transitional champion? No, because I believe he will have a couple of title defenses because we have all of September, all of October, and the beginning of November. So that's 2.5 months, and the rest of August as well for Ricochet. And I'm sure we'll get at least 2 or 3 title defenses for the North American Championship with Ricochet against the likes of, let me think. EC3 will be a good one. Gargano maybe, or Ciampa. Probably Ciampa or Gargano, whoever doesn't win the other one. It will be interesting to see what they do, but I still think that Ricochet will win, and then you'll see him. He'll probably end up going up against every member of the Undisputed Era before he faces Adam Cole again in a highly anticipated NXT TV show match right before we get to Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream 2 for the North American Championship. Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. This one goes all the way back to the Mae Young Classic #1. The finals of the Mae Young Classic #1 were Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. Shayna Baszler last year is not the same Shayna Baszler you see now. Shayna Baszler has improved immensely over what she was at the Mae Young Classic. She lost that night. We go to February, I believe it was, and Kairi Sane taps out to Shayna Baszler. So this is essentially the rubber match between Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane, this one is definitely a toss-up for the simple fact that there are a lot of people who think that WWE and NXT missed the boat with Kairi Sane. There was the whole Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler feud that lasted 2 takeovers. A lot of people, when Kairi Sane won the Mae Young Classic, figured she wasn't going to win the title at War Games last year. That's the reason they put her in a Fatal 4-Way, so she didn't have to take the pinfall and be done like that. That would have been just a stupid idea to have her win the Mae Young Classic and be the one to take the pinfall. But they did not want to put the Women's Championship on her just yet. So a lot of people expected the Kairi Sane to get some momentum, and then be the one to challenge Shayna Baszler or Ember Moon at TakeOver New Orleans. As we all know, that didn't happen. Also, Kairi Sane did miss about a month and a half of action because after the Mae Young Classic, after the Mae Young Classic, which she did sustain a concussion, I believe, during that show. After the Mae Young Classic and after War Games, she was pretty banged up, so they had to cut her off from wrestling for about a month and a half to 2 months. That's why you didn't see Kairi Sane after they showed the after War Games and the match that they showed before that happened between her and I believe it was Peyton Royce before takeovers. Like those are the only 2 matches we saw in like November and December for Kairi Sane, and we didn't really see her until I believe late January or February. So when her being out for that 2 months, that really stopped her momentum like dead in its tracks, and she really didn't recover from it. And this is her first takeover, actually, I believe, since TakeOver War Games. She was not there in Philadelphia. She was not there in New Orleans. She was not there in Chicago, if I'm correct. This is her first takeover since since War Games. This is Shayna Baszler's, she's been on every single one of them this year. So, on July 18th episode of NXT, Kairi Sane defeated Nikki Cross, Candice LeRae in a triple threat match to become the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship and will face Shayna Baszler for the title. Now, Shayna Baszler was going up against Candice LeRae a couple weeks ago in a pretty decent match, and a lot of people are pulling for Candice LeRae to be the one to be the next NXT Women's Champion. And it would be a hell of a story for at War Games, Shayna Baszler versus Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, and both husband and wife walking out as NXT and NXT Women's Champion. But what do you do with Kairi Sane? Kairi Sane definitely is a victim of wrong place at wrong time. She has she's gotten a little bit more serious lately. I mean, last night she did beat Aaliyah hitting 3 insane elbows. Then put in the anchor, which they are playing up the anchor, which she just started using recently as a devastating submission move, just to be like, well, you have the care for the clutch, I have the anchor, let's see what happens. That's what I'm getting at. That's what it just feels like. So, I definitely think I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler, just for the simple fact is, I think they really messed up with Kairi Sane. It feels like they lost confidence in her, like when she was injured or like banged up and they had to keep her off TV for about 2 months, and there was just Shayna Baszler and Ember Moon. Shayna Baszler eventually took the Women's Championship at New Orleans, and Kairi Sane, up until she won the triple threat match, hasn't really done anything. She had a mini feud with Lacey Evans, the best of 3 that she had with Lacey Evans, and she really hasn't done much like growing. She's just, if you look at Kairi Sane last year, and you look at Shayna Baszler last year, and you look at the 2 now, Shayna Baszler has improved so immensely and has evolved so immensely compared to what she was in the finals in Las Vegas last year for the Mae Young Classic, whereas Kairi Sane, other than getting the anchor, really hasn't changed at all. She's still the same bubbly, cute, like anime, like cutesy Japanese girl. She has got a little bit more intense lately, and that's fine. It just feels like it's a little too late. So I think Shayna Baszler is going to come out on top in this match. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The most predictable match of the night, in my opinion, is Roderick Strong and Kairi of the Undisputed Era versus Moustache Mountain and Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Let's see here. What we got here for that? On June 26th in the UK Championship, Moustache Mountain defeated the Undisputed Era to capture the NXT Tag Team Championships, which was surprising to me for the simple fact is it was a taped show, and it just shows me that Moustache Mountain will probably become the first ever UK Tag Team Champions whenever those are introduced. On the June 27th episode of NXT, the Undisputed Era defeated Moustache Mountain and Ricochet. 2 weeks later, a rematch between the two teams for the titles was scheduled, with the Undisputed Era recapturing the titles. On August 1st episode of NXT, a tag team match between the two was set because Moustache Mountain invoked their rematch clauses for Brooklyn. So this match, their last tag team match, which was the one that the Undisputed Era won the titles back, was rated 5 stars by Dave Meltzer, which I know Dave Meltzer's under a lot of fire for recently for his thoughts on Peyton Royce. I'm not going to get into those right now. We'll talk about that on Saturday. But that match was honestly not a 5-star match in my opinion. These two teams can put on 5-star match classics, and with them being in NXT, I can see it being this match being a 5-star match. This match, every match on this show, outside of, I believe, Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane can steal the show, in my opinion. Every single match. These two teams will put on one hell of a show, but the Undisputed Era is winning this match. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They are the team to carry the NXT Tag Team division until the War Raiders come through and take the titles from them, either between now and War Games or at War Games. And in the main event, which was supposed to be a triple threat match, on July 25th episode of NXT, Tommaso Ciampa defeated Aleister Black to capture the NXT Championship due to interference from Johnny Gargano. The following week, as Black approached the ring to confront Ciampa, Gargano ran past Black and attacked Ciampa. Black then attacked Gargano. The following week, Ciampa attacked Black and Gargano during their scheduled match. A match between the three was scheduled for the NXT Takeover Brooklyn show. After the show was over, Black was later found unconscious in the parking lot at Full Sail Live, with Black out of action. After a groin injury, the match was changed to a last man standing match between Ciampa and Gargano. And here is the crux of everything. We do not know who attacked Aleister Black. I'm hoping we get a resolution. But this match right here, if this is the end of Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, which I know it's not supposed to be. This was not supposed to be a one-on-one match. This was supposed to be triple threat, which they could have put Cassius Ohno in here. And it could have came out that Cassius Ohno was the one to take out to Aleister Black, but they decided to go last man standing. With this being a last man standing match, if this is it, Johnny Gargano wins the NXT Championship, which is the end goal for this entire feud. The end goal for this entire feud is get the title on Johnny Gargano. It's just not the right time. A lot of people are saying we need to get this to WrestleMania. I don't even think they can make it that far. There was just way too much time between now and WrestleMania weekend in Brooklyn 5, which will be next year. So this is going to be one of those things. It's like, how do you prolong this with a last man standing stipulation? That is the one thing about this. Unless somebody in the back, either Cassius Ohno or somebody else, turns on Johnny Gargano and aids Tommaso Ciampa in retaining the title, I don't see how Tommaso Ciampa walks out of Brooklyn with the championship. That is a big problem, because I feel like this is supposed to reach out to War Games between these two. The whole entire thing for this match was supposed to be, I don't know how they would do it. Handcuffs, tying his hands together, I don't know. Tying him to the ropes, I don't know. But the finish of this match, I guarantee, was supposed to be another Angel's Wings to Aleister Black while Johnny Gargano watches on in horror as Tommaso Ciampa escapes Brooklyn with the NXT Championship, and they would build from there. With Aleister Black being out now with this torn groin, which sucks because it just kills everything that they had going, I don't know where they go from here. I don't. I would like to know where they go from here, but I don't know where they go. I'm gonna have to say they have to have Tommaso Ciampa win this. Tommaso Ciampa has to walk out because it's not the end. This cannot be the end of the show for Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa's rivalry. Brooklyn 4 does not seem to be where they wanted to end this. It's either War Games, Philadelphia, or Brooklyn 5, which will be next year the night before WrestleMania. So this one is definitely one of those ones that is very perplexing. Unlike the main roster, I trust Triple H to give us a satisfying ending. A lot of us, including myself, were not happy with the fact that Johnny Gargano did not beat Andrade Cien Almas why do I keep saying Philadelphia? They're going to be in Arizona next year. They're going to be in Phoenix. I believe they're going to be in Phoenix. They're going to be wrestling where the Diamondbacks play. I believe that's Phoenix. But they're going to be in Phoenix next year, Arizona. So it's going to either be War Games, Arizona, or Brooklyn 5 next year. But I have no clue how they're going to be able to do this. Something screwy has to happen. The only way I see them getting out of this, it's the only way I can see them getting out of this. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Royal Rumble 2004. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Last Man Standing, Royal Rumble 2004. They go for double super kicks or whatever it has to be, or one like Johnny Gargano. These guys beat the piss out of each other. Johnny Gargano hits a super kick. They both fall down. Ref counts to 10. The match is a draw. That is the only conceivable way I can see them prolonging this, because they did not get a resolution. And Johnny Gargano does not win the championship, but Tommaso Ciampa doesn't lose it either. Only thing I could see them getting out of this is that right there. But this is definitely going to be the most intriguing match of them all. They have countless things they can do. Somebody turns heel. Johnny Gargano wins the title outright. Tommaso Ciampa wins the title outright. Both men don't reach the 10 counts. I don't know. There's so much they can do. And it can't just be like I believe there was Ryback and John Cena had a last man standing match. I think it was where Ryback picked John Cena, had John Cena up and just threw him through the LED lights board, and that was it for that match. We can't have that. That will piss everybody off. That will piss everybody off in Brooklyn. The only conceivable thing I still think can happen is we get super kick, like a super kick from Johnny Gargano, or something where they hit each other so hard, not John, and we don't need to have a AJ Styles Shinsuke Nakamura thing where we get a double low blow and both get counted out. No, not that. We need to see, if you want to prolong this, it's the only way I can see it being done is both men, they're beating the hell out of each other. Super kick by Johnny Gargano, but he's so exhausted he just passes out on the mat. Both men are down. You hit the 10 count, and the match is over. And that's how you prolong this. That's the only way I can see this being prolonged. This match will probably end in a draw. That's the only way I can see them keeping this going. It's either Tommaso Ciampa wins outright and wins the feud, Johnny Gargano wins outright and wins the feud, or this match is a draw. That's it. But that is going to be your NXT Takeover Brooklyn preview and predictions. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, find me on Twitter at TheFronts, find me on twitch.tv/TheFronts08. Thank you guys for watching all my videos. Make sure to keep the love going, and I will see you guys tomorrow for our SummerSlam, or some people call it Summer Scam, preview and predictions. We have so many matches to go over that I just can't wait. You can hear my enthusiasm. But until then, again, thank you guys so much for watching all my videos. You guys, make sure to let your friends know. And I will see you guys tomorrow for SummerSlam, where I only really care about a few matches. Until then, see you later.